tool. This is where we're aiming for here, this level of accepting, this broader horizon, this vibration that doesn't exclude people, this vibration that understands we're all one. Okay, right after that is level 400, which is reason, which I'm going to skip, because the one after that is love. Level 500 is love. Love. I'm going to read to you a little more, because this is just too good for me to paraphrase it. I have to say it the way he says it, okay? Love is depicted in the mass media. No, love as depicted in the mass media is not what this level is about. What the world generally refers to as love is an intense emotional condition combining physical attraction, possessiveness, control, addiction, eroticism, and novelty. Okay, we already kind of, that's not it, right? The 500 level is characterized by the development of a love that is unconditional, unchanging, and permanent. It doesn't fluctuate. Its source isn't dependent on external factors. Love is a state of being. It's a forgiving, nurturing, and supportive way of relating to the world. Oh, isn't that a beautiful vision? To be shooting for that kind of love? It's a beautiful vision. And I acknowledged already, you don't always feel that. But we're aiming towards this vibrational idea of a love that is more than just human stuff. It has the capacity to lift others and accomplish great feats because of its purity of motive. At this level of development, the capacity to discern essence becomes predominant. Essence. Beyond the face, beyond the rage, beyond the anger, beyond the stuff of other humans, essence behind that. At love, we can start to see the essence of that. As the reason is bypassed, there arises the capacity for instantaneous recognition of the totality of a problem and a major expansion of context. Love deals with entireties. This ability, often ascribed to intuition, is the capacity for instantaneous understanding without resorting to sequential symbol processing. You just go there, you just know. You don't have to reason it out any longer. Now this one was a little hard when I read this one. I'm like, oh, love takes no position and is thus global, rising above separation. It's then possible to be one with another, where there are no longer any barriers. Love is therefore inclusive and expands the sense of self progressively. Love focuses on the goodness of life in all its expressions and augments that which is positive. It dissolves negativity by recontextualizing it rather than attacking it. And lastly, he says, this is the level of true happiness. But although the world is fascinated with the subject of love, and all viable religions calibrate at 500 or over, it is interesting to know that only 0.4% of the world's population ever reaches this level of evolution of consciousness. 0.4%. That's us. Let's claim that we are that, and then we can expand it. We're the 0.4%, and let's be part of the vision that says, let's go to 0.10, let's go to 0.20, let's get it on the other side of the decimal. Let's kick it over, we're not on the negative side of the decimal, let's move it over. That's talking about raising our own vibration, and nobody can do that for us. Nobody can do that for us. So what I want to leave you with is this idea that as we're raising our vibration, what we're doing is we're learning to love that way. We might not always hit that kind of love, but we can use the acceptance as our practicing tool as we're moving there. So we hold the ideal of that kind of spiritual, transcendent, non-judgmental, unconditional love. And when we don't feel it in that moment, can I at least practice acceptance? Not of that person's behavior necessarily, but the fact that we are all one. That is the truth. So we practice accepting each other from that place until we move into greater and greater and greater greater livingness of love. With my hands way up here, let's close our eyes and imagine that up here together, this big space up here, is the place where we contact the divine. It's not out there, but it's bigger than we are. So we contact the divine. We contact the idea of one source, one energy, one love, one power. And as we contact that level, let us begin to feel that vibration, that it must be true. That this level of love, this level of power, this level of source is everywhere. Everywhere. And since it is everywhere, it is right here where I am and where we are. It has to be. That level of love is already our true nature. Let us align with it right now. Let us feel it right now. This is our greater truth, that we are already it. And from this place I speak my word that any resistance that's in its way dissolves. We get the resistance and the bloatedness of pride and ego out of the way so we can begin to feel love and acceptance at a deeper level. I know this for all of us. I know that we have it within us to look beyond the human condition and say there is something greater than this. I know for each of us that as we practice accepting oneness and accepting everybody as expressions of the one, that it will lift us up. And as we lift ourselves up, we then are available to others. We lift our vibration of love so high that it cannot help but touch others and lift them too. As we fill ourselves up with this divine love, we give it to others in the most awesome ways. I know that we are up to this, and I know that whatever part of the progression we are on, that it's all good, it is all perfect. Most especially, I speak my word that this week, we consciously choose love. We consciously choose acceptance. We practice, and we rise. I'm grateful to speak this word. I'm grateful to know this truth. And so I release it now, I let it go, and so it is.